way to solve any face. We don't retarget, we don't solve, we just output markers. So one simple pipeline would be output the markers from this into face robot, for example. But it's modular, so it consists of various bits of software or various software modules and various bits of hardware and mechanics. So there are 4 720p up to 60 frames a second cameras, which record to breakout box at the back. They plug into this, and unplug and plug in, and then out back comes this logger, and you're recording onto the logger. With a body wall. The helmet, you don't have to use this helmet. This system is a mini mocap system in its own right. But if you use this helmet or any other helmet, you can use all 4 or 1 or 2 or 3 cameras. Doesn't matter. It streams wirelessly to this piece of software. This piece of software is managing the system. It's used for monitoring, confidence monitoring. This streaming is not recording. You're recording straight onto the logger. This stream is just for setup, management, and checking that all is well. It's color coded, so this will go green when you're capturing, it will go red when there's a problem. Between exposure and name files, you can calibrate the camera system in here as well, and it uses automated blob detection to calibrate. There's a calibration process of waving a small grid in front of the camera. So it's perfectly possible just to take the cameras and the recording acquisition system. You can attach it to this helmet if you want to. And then you can take the images off and do some, surface capture, do whatever you want with it. Or you could then pass those images, if you're using markers, face masks, we haven't got any markers on these mannequins, but you could have markers on the face, in which case you could pass it into this module, which will track the markers and reconstruct automatically and put out a series of labeled markers. This is in early development. The hardware and the capture software are much closer to being finished. The helmet has got a bit of work still to be done as well. So early adopters might just take the hardware and this is the software just to acquire the images and then process them in with whatever method. So yeah, and you can have, we've only got one minute.
How much is it?
We don't have prices yet, it's too early. We don't know how much more work we can do yet, so we can't, we're not giving it, we're simply unable to give out prices. So this is where loggers are detected. They stream straight in, channel for each camera. You can just get small images streaming up here if you want to. Start capture from here. Start and stop streaming, but the loggers are automatically detected and just show up in here. So if there was another logger here, it would just show up there, and then you'd have another entry here, and a third, and however many you have. A series of parameters per logger. So you can adjust the frame rate, you can adjust a whole range of settings. You can adjust, for example, the fan speed to reduce noise. You can adjust the frame rate, as I said. You can set up your Wi-Fi connection in here. It takes jam sync type code, present the type code to the logger, and then jam sync it and then flywheel. What can I tell you? There's lots of, this software is really about, as I say, monitoring. So there's lots, if I pick a particular logger and open the logger window, streaming on that, but it gives you lots of feedback. Battery life, for example, that will turn red when it's in danger. network information, the disk space, usage. It's about getting information which allows you to run the system and monitor what's going on very quickly and easily, which is why it's designed with fairly clear. When it changes colour, it's very, very obvious what's happening. One camera goes out, that camera will turn red instantly, and you'll be able to see it from a distance. It matches colour-coded output on the logger and on the breakout box.
なるほど。